like a good practice today.
Yeah, guys got energy. I mean, our guys are getting better every game. You know, sometimes it shows on defense, sometimes it shows on offense growth, sometimes it doesn't show, but we're getting better.
Coach Jacob played Washington State. Obviously, there's a connection there with Gordon Cooper coming over from there. How much does that help? Do they have knowledge that can help you there?
They do, but everybody calls games differently. Everybody has a little bit difference in how they want to do things. So yeah, you have a little bit of knowledge, but they know we have the knowledge. So, I mean, if both teams have the equal knowledge of each other, is there really an advantage? And to me, the answer is no. It's, like I said earlier, you know, I think at Media Day about playing Oregon in the future, it was, you know, just don't outthink yourself, let the kids go play, and it really doesn't matter what you draw up at the end of the day. You guys got to go execute.
What have your conversations with Brian Ward been like after that Washington game? Just how good of a performance that was? Do you just like move on, or do you have any conversations about just kind of where you're at and what you accomplished?
Yeah, I think unbelievable job. I mean, preparing, having a plan, being aggressive, attacking, not playing scared. That's one thing we want to do is, you know, not many people, to be honest, can call cover zero in the open field. Some people are scared to do it just as a program, not just the defense, but as a program. And for us to not be scared to be that aggressive on the -30, right, is a testament to Coach Ward and just what we're trying to do here, which is build confidence in guys that we're going to call calls that are aggressive, that put us in the best chance to win on both sides of the ball. And they may work on one side, they may not work on the other side, but just wait till they work on both sides. And in terms of Coach Ward, we want to keep him here for a long time. I'm doing everything I can to make sure that happens.
Yeah, when you hired Coach Ward in the first place, what was it about him, like maybe defensive schemes, what was it about him that like made you say, yeah, this is who I want as my defensive coordinator?
Yeah, it was one of the hardest defenses I've ever game planned versus. You know, so if I'm game planning versus it and I'm up there all night trying to figure out third downs, and then I come out on game day and it's the same stuff, but a little bit different. And I thought he did a phenomenal job last year versus me personally, that I said, you know what, if I don't want to have to play him, I got to hire him. It just so happens to be he's from here. So he has the same passion about this place that I do. He has the same vision of wanting to be here for the rest of his career that I do. You know, if we can both have our druthers, we're going to build something here that lasts forever, and we can be here forever.
And then speaking of defense, Coach, too, I mean, obviously, BJ and Clayton have just been solid outside. But how do you feel that they've helped in Prince's growth? Because, I mean, just since week one, it seems like he's grown more and more each week.
Confidence. You know, that was a kid who was rated all-world coming out of high school, had all the talent, lost his confidence along the way. And even times here, since he's been here, he's lost his confidence along the way. And, you know, we've just poured into him. Coach Regal's poured into him. Coach Ward's poured into him. And we've just built a relationship to give him the confidence that he needs. And now he's going out there, he's playing with a swagger, a confidence about himself. And when you take a really good player and you make him confident, that's when guys become dangerous.
Coach, this is the second week in a row you're facing a top 2 passing offense in College Bowl. How are you, and obviously they have different passing offenses, they're very different, but how do you game plan and how much confidence is your defense playing, and how good you played last week help you with that?
Yeah, I mean, confidence is important, but you also can't be cocky. There's a balance. We're playing good on defense, and, you know, we haven't been playing good scoring on offense. We've been playing good in middle of the field offense, but we haven't been playing good get points on the board, which is the goal of offense. So you can't get caught in either. You can't get caught in, oh, you suck, because, you know, kick 2 field goals, make 1 catch, make 2 catches, you know, you have 20-something points. Different game. On defense, right, we don't create 4 turnovers. We probably don't hold them to no touchdowns. So the game is so close that if you get caught in the results, right, and you're results driven all the time, then you're going to miss the point, and that's the growth and how good you can be. So it's really just staying focused on, we had a great game, but could we be better? Yes. Can we be better? Yes. On offense, we struggled, but did we struggle every snap? No. We struggled about 10 to 12 snaps, right? So it's about taking the process and learning and growing from it on both sides of the ball and special teams.
You just said back there that you were really impressed with the third down offense. Just what sort of progressions are you seeing in that department?
Yeah, we're just getting better, getting more comfortable. You know, we got to challenge these guys on third downs. So that's what we're going to do. We got to try to find a way to create explosives, and we're going to continue to do everything we can to do that. Still haven't got it accomplished, so I'm not doing a good job getting that done. But we are looking at every way possible to try to create explosive plays. And that starts on third downs.
Have you thought about your in-season development of some of the red shirts when you don't have a bowl game and you have to buy a week, you're probably working on those guys?
Yeah, bad news is, you don't get the, like you said, the bowl game development. Good news is we're down so many people. Those guys are playing as if they're in the 2 deep / starting. So we're not getting the bowl game prep, but we're getting I looked out there today. We're with our one offense. We had 2 walk-on O-linemen, true freshmen, and another true freshman out there with the ones. Boom, repping. That's growth. And those are guys that, not in a million years do you think are going to be in there. And they're in there with your ones, developing. Right? Caleb Black's in there with the ones, developing. Right? Defense side of the ball. Right? We got guys developing. CJ is developing. Right? So it's just all phases. We got 8 to 10 freshmen right now that are playing, whether it's special teams or offense, defense, significant minutes and making a significant impact. So even though we lose bowl games, I think we're gaining that back. It's a blessing and a curse being a little banged up. I think that's the blessing of it.
So how are you feeling about that class? Because you had a very short window there.
I think we hit on the class. I think for the most part, our hit rate was really good. And I think part of that is, when you have senior evals are dying. Everybody gets commitment so early. Everybody wants to be ranked high and create momentum in recruiting. So most people have classes built off of, sophomore tape, junior tape. Well, they're 16-year-olds, right? And then very few people actually go back and watch the 17 and 18-year-old version of the guys. When we showed up, we got to watch the 17 and 18-year-old version. So that's something we're still doing with our current classes. We're still watching our guys, and then we're watching these young guys' senior tape to see if there's a Keith Abney out there, right, that has an unbelievable senior year that we can snag.
Did you see the D-back game last night?
I did. We were actually FaceTiming recruits as a staff that we do at nights, and we had the TVs on the side watching the game. Unbelievable. And when you think about where I remember 2 years ago watching them when I was in Tallahassee, Florida, and I'd put on the games, I'd be like, golly, we're horrible, right? That's what it is. We're horrible, right? And it's kind of funny. You see the growth, and there was never a waiver. Right? Oh, all these young guys are playing. All this is happening. Oh, we're not having success. There was never a waiver. You listen to even their staff talk and their organization talk, and they had a plan and a process that people didn't like. It's not fun, but they stayed true to it. And even this year, there were times where, it was rocky. They stayed true to the process, and I think what Coach said after they won their last 2 series ago, a connected team is a dangerous team. That quote resonates to me. And that's what what our program is about. It's about relationships. It's about the culture. It's about being connected. And as it grows and grows, you see what it can become. So kudos to them. Super happy for them. My wife danced with Merrill Kelly's wife, so I've known them for a long time. And it's super cool to see him, having the success he's having, being an ASU alum. And it's just awesome to see.
What's the biggest challenge in that, to stay with the plan, like you said, in any sport? You've had to deal with it on both sides, like you said. What's the biggest challenge to stay the course when you know what's right?
Confidence, right? If you're not confident that what you're doing is the right way to do it, then you're going to waver. If you're confident that I've seen it work, I know it works, everywhere I've been, it's worked, then you can't waver from the process, even if people don't understand the why sometimes. Right? Even if you're going to have horrible circumstances and you're down 8 linemen, that doesn't mean you can just throw everything out the door. You can't rob Peter to pay Paul. You got to stay the course for what you know is going to be successful. And it's funny because you can see, our team as a whole. If you just looked at our team and the growth of our football team, if you just looked at the end of the game and you compared stat lines every week, if you didn't even look at the wins and losses, you just compared the stat lines every week, you would say, dang, this is a 4-win team. But we're not. And that goes back to part of our process is learning how to win. We haven't done it yet. We will, and I have zero doubt in my mind we'll learn how to win. I wish it had happened 4 weeks ago, but it hasn't. Doesn't mean we're going to change our process. Doesn't mean I can waver. I've got to stay the course just like our players have to stay the course. And you have to do it with a positive attitude. Like it's going to happen. It's going to get there because it will. So confidence in the process.
How much are you involved in defensive game plans? you know, obviously philosophically, yes, but more specifically, is there anything that you?
Not really. I mean, I would say more involved in spring in terms of what I want to be, in terms of saying, hey, bring snake on the minus 20, bring whatever pressure you want to bring on the minus 25-yard line. If you want to play cover 0 on 1st and 10, do it, because I know that's hard for an offense, so do it, right? Whereas most people, oh, you can only run it if you get inside the 30, right? It's too scary, can't do it. No, attack, attack, attack. So I would say it's more just the philosophy of the program is attack. Right now, we're having success attacking on defense. We're not on offense, right? But good teams, great teams, can attack on both sides of the ball with that same aggressiveness. And when you become good on both sides of the ball and you have that aggressiveness, imagine if you can see that both sides of the ball, how good you can be. And that's where we want to come up. Where we want to be is we want to be aggressive and not stupid, right? And have that balance.